Hello, my name is Rosemary Saraiva. I'm an organ donor mom. Every day, 20 people die waiting for life-saving transplants. Organ donation is life-giving, not only for the recipient, but for the donor families as well. And today we'll look at the statistics regarding organ donation. We'll discuss organ donation and what it entails, and we'll look at some of the myths and misconceptions surrounding organ donation and respond with the facts. Most of the information and statistics I'm about to share with you can be found on such websites as organdonor.gov, UNOS, which is the United Network of Organ Sharing, and Donate Life America. So let's begin with the statistics. Over 114,000 men, women, and children are on national waiting lists as of April 2018. And every 10 minutes, another person is added to these lists. In 2017, over 34,000 transplants were performed, yet this is not enough. And for every 1,000 people that die, only 3 die in a manner that allows for organ donation. With all this information, you would think most of us would be organ donors or registered organ donors. But in the United States, only 54% of adults are registered donors. Which brings us to our next point. What is organ donation? Organ donation can take place from both live and deceased donors. And in 2017, there were over 6,100 live donors and over 36,000 deceased donors. What does it look like? Organs are not the only things that are donated. Tissues are donated as well. And most of us are familiar with the normal organs like the heart, the lungs, the kidneys, and the liver, but also the pancreas, intestines, cornea, skin, tendons, bones, and nerve and heart valves can be used not only to save lives, but to change people's lives. And anyone has the potential of being a donor. Donations are matched to the recipient using blood and tissue typing. Organ size, you definitely would not want to put an adult liver into an infant, yet an adult liver may save more than one infant. Medical urgency, who needs this and how soon do they need this, and of course geographic locations. If there's a heart that becomes available, you want both the donor and the recipient to be within a certain time frame and within hours of each other. And one important thing to remember is that a single donor can supply life-saving organs for up to 8 people. Yet there are so many misconceptions surrounding organ donation. Let's look at some of these now. Medical conditions. I have a pre-existing medical condition, so I can't donate. That is not true. Depending on the situation, some people can still donate the organs and tissues. Medical professionals will be the best determination of that. So by all means, register. Don't worry about what you have. Also, I'm too old. You'll hear that many times from older Americans and older adults. But the oldest living donor was 93 years old. What really matters is that the health of and condition of the organs meets the needs. My religion is not going to allow this. Actually, in the U.S., most major religions see this as an ultimate gift. They see it as an act of generosity and love, and fully support organ donation. They're not going to save my life because I'm an organ donor. So if I come in unconscious and they see this on my license, that's it. I'm a goner. This is not true. First and foremost, medical professionals swear an oath to do everything they can to save lives. And you're no different. So they're going to do everything in their power. And it is only when all methods for life-saving are exhausted that organ donation is even considered. Only the rich and famous and those with money can get the organs. They're going to get it before I do. This isn't the case. Basically, medical factors are the deciders as to who gets the organs and when. So if I'm on the list and you're on the list, you've been on the list maybe a few years longer than I have, we're both a match, you're going to get the organ before I do. I will maybe be second in line if something goes wrong, but you're going to be the first priority. A lot of people believe there's costs involved. There is no cost to the donor family, and I can vouch for that. My family and I had incurred no costs when our daughter was an organ donor. And there's also the misconception that we can't have an open casket. That isn't true. We had an open casket for Rachel, and I have known other families that have done the same. And also, they might take my organs if I'm unconscious or in a coma. That's not the case. In order to donate, brain death has to be declared. And it's only after brain death is declared that they will retrieve the organs. In most states, it's at least 6 to 12 hours before they will donate or take the organs and donate them. So in conclusion, anyone can donate. Organ donation is life-giving, not only for the recipient, but for the donor families as well, as I said earlier. And for those families that consent to organ donation, they drastically impact the life or lives of so many others. As I stated earlier, for every donor, there is the potential to save 8 lives. For the donor families, it provides a comfort in knowing that their loved ones not only made a difference and were important to them in life, but they are saving someone else's life, and that they live on in someone else. Organ donation saves lives, but yet so many are still on waiting lists, with 10 added every day and 20 dying while waiting. And finally, even though organ donation may not always be possible, everyone should be a registered donor. By registering, there's a greater opportunity to reduce the number of people who await a transplant each year. And as stated earlier, I'm a donor mom, and my daughter Rachel was able to change the lives of 3 people. We said goodbye to our daughter as someone else said hello to a second chance of life. And now I'd like you to meet my daughter. This is Rachel. Rachel saved 3 people's lives in 2006. Thank you.